Você sabe o que nos faz diferentes? Temos nossas próprias escolhas.
Do que você precisa, Rex?
Alguma chance de eu usar o seu esquadrão para uma missão?
Hello, Brad. Hello, Jennifer. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me. I'm João Jedi. You can call me Jedi John if you like. I'm from Brazil. Let's go. Let's talk the Bad Batch Season 2.
Yeah.
I believe it was a challenge for the Clone Wars to talk about the war in a way that can reach all ages. Do you guys feel that the Bad Batch has grown up in a way that can bring the war in a more sensitive way, specifically talking about the aftermath, the consequences of the war?
Yeah, we definitely explore what it means for people and different star systems who experience the war and what it's like for them now, and especially, the story of the clones, not just the Bad Batch, of, your soldiers in a war, but what happens when that war is over, and what is your purpose, and what's it like when you don't really have those missions to go on. And it is something that, we talk about season 2, and we get to meet people from different planets who have different stories and takes on the war and what happened after.
And sometimes those characters will, if we're doing it right, influence the Bad Batch. It's always fascinating and I think very important to see different people with different points of view and then to come to some kind of understanding. And we have a character like that very early in the season that we meet that's dealing with the aftermath of a war, and you're not sure what they're going to do. And it's, I don't want to say too much when fans watch it, but it's pretty cool.
Esta república será reorganizada como o primeiro Império Galáctico.
Great. And we are talking about a time period between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope that has been always worked on and showed on TV and comics and that sort of thing. So how is it for you guys to tell new stories on that period, a period that we have been reading and watching so much in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, we're in a pocket, at least in the early age of the Empire, where at least on TV we haven't seen stories told, and in film it hasn't yet been fully explored. But in terms of our characters, it's more of what they're going through and what they're experiencing in this time as they're watching the Empire grow and grow and grow. And there's no real place for them or anyone to really hide as the time continues to pass. And that's really sort of what's going on in season 2, is that they're trying to lay low, they're trying to stay off the radar, but the more that you put yourself out there, you become aware of what's happening, and how long can you not do something about it.
Great. And Jennifer, do you feel there is any difference between writing for live action production and for animation?
No.
Not at all, right?
No, pretty much how we view writing here. We're writing live action, but it's told in an animated form, because the scope and the scale is tremendous, and just it's about the characters, and that really doesn't change whether it's animated or live action.
Even the way that we film the episodes has a lot more live action reference than animation, even though we love animation as an animated show. But we always look to live action for how we're filming and how we're blocking and how we're moving things out. There's a lot of live action methodology that is something that Dave Filoni has always brought to the animated sphere, which is really cool.
And talking about the animation process, specifically the voice acting process, Brad, how is it to direct D. Bradley Baker? He is all the clones, and he has to reach a different voice and a different personality for each clone. So how is it like? And do you have any funny moments during the voice acting process?
Oh yeah, every session there's funny moments. Every session, because D is incredible. He is fabulous. Early on, when we first started season 1 of the Bad Batch, I was asking D, okay, so you're gonna play Wrecker all the way through the script, and then we'll play Hunter, and he said, nah, let's just do it. And I'm like, what? Okay, so being there to this day, after how many episodes, when we see D in the booth or on Zoom going through all of the different characters as though they're all real characters is mind. And he doesn't pause. He just rolls from one line to the next line, almost interrupting himself. Jen and I have to look up like, wait, is that still just D out there? He's great. And not only the Bad Batch, but he also plays all the clones. So in season 1, when we had Rex joining, there were scenes with Rex and the Bad Batch, and we would realize D has hundreds of lines this episode, and he's just the best. He's like, no.
That's awesome. Do you guys have any favorite Bad Batch clone?
It varies because it's like picking your favorite child. That's not really possible. But I think I usually end up connecting either with Crosshair or Hunter. So depending on the day, but also like I said before, ask me tomorrow and I might be like Omega and Wrecker and Echo. Like it depends on my mood.
You just named all of them.
I know.
That's awesome.
I'm definitely a tech. I'm in the tech camp. But Omega is so great. And the fun thing is now my daughter, she's in college, but it's so sappy. But I see my daughter in Omega. I love Omega so much.
We have Mount Tantis at the end of the season 1. So can I say that the second season will reach any more further reaches of the galaxy and tell more stories about the future of Star Wars and the sequels and the cloning process?
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Comandante Cody, a hora já chegou. Execute a ordem 66.
Será feito, pilote.
So, one final question. When Cody tried to kill Obi-Wan, I was like, and how can we expect to see Cody this time? Is he a villain?
You go, Jen. You go.
That particular story, we wanted to focus on Crosshair and where he is in his journey following, being left on the platform in Toka City, but still choosing to stay with the Empire. And he's now doubled down and is still in the Empire, but he doesn't have a squad. He doesn't have the Bash, and he doesn't have his ES squad anymore. So we wanted to pair him with someone who he is one of the few regs that he respects. That's where, Cody came into play. And it was sort of just, we wanted a vintage Clone Wars type of feel episode, but where the roles were reversed. It's a fabulous story, and I'm excited for fans to see that.
It's a big one.
Great. Brad, would you like to answer?
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, that's honestly, all of the episodes are great. That one is one of my favorites of season 2. It is so good. And the music in that episode, Kevin Kiner, Sean and Dean Kiner's Kiner team created this incredible score. One of the best. I mean, there's so much good music in season 2, but the way that they reacted to the story and the animation and the cast and all the sound design, and then they brought some of their best work to the table. It's a stunning episode, and the fans will see it really early on in the season, which is really cool.
Great, thank you. I'd love to watch it. Thank you very much, you both. Greetings from Brazil, and may the force be with you.
Vamos ao trabalho.